What's up, Duke fans? This is Podcast Boy, Ryan Young, back for another episode of the Brotherhood podcast. I'm joined by Michigan State killer, Caleb Foster. How you feeling, man?
Feeling great. Blessed to be here.
Are you feeling tired?
No, I'm
We
ready
had a
to
tough,
go.
Got back. What time did you go to sleep last night?
Like 5.
Yeah, we had a tough, for the viewers and the listeners, this is back-to-back years with the Champions Classic. I don't know if guys were talking about this last night, but more flight issues last night. Last year, I think we got back at like 7 after losing to Kansas in Indy, and then last night, did you even hear what the problem was with the plane?
No, I think it was something about the air conditioning. They said,
I heard that too, which is pretty brutal. But we sat there for about, I think, like 3 hours on the tarmac.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which hurts. And then, obviously, even worse. Was that Kentucky or Kansas that left next to us?
Both.
They both left.
Kentucky was to the left, Kansas was to the right. Both got out of there before us.
That's a humbling experience when everybody in the plane's watching that game, and then 45 minutes later, you see them both pull up, get on their plane, and take off before us. That one hurts. I will say it's that the plane issues are significantly easier to deal with after a win than a loss. That one last year felt brutal, but all right, I'm good. Happy you're feeling well, though. We need the listeners deserve you at your very best. So I'm glad you're not sleepy and tired for this.
No, I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna talk about obviously the past 2 games started this year a ton, but then also hear a little bit more about you off the court, who you are. Get a couple quick hitters from you today, and then some trivia at the end. I'm pretty excited for you about. You need to redeem yourself after your freshman performance.
I got you.
You had Sean on your team, right?
Yeah, me and Sean won, actually.
Sean
Carey.
You were part of the team. Okay, let's start. We'll get into Michigan State, obviously. Let's talk about Arizona, though, first. Those are the past 2 games we've had, both, huge games for us as a team, but also just you personally as a player. Can you talk about that first college experience, first high-level real game with Arizona at home, what you were thinking going in and just the game in general?
It's always a dream of mine to come here and play in games like that. But coming in, it was, a huge game, crazy environment. We're just going to come in, try to do what I can to contribute to a win, really.
How about Cameron? Obviously, you saw it during Countdown and the first game of the year, but it's at a different level for Arizona at home. Did you feel that kind of energy? Did you get nervous at all?
I was nervous, not really, but like maybe a couple of days before the game, I was like, this is a big moment in my career, like one of the biggest games I've ever played in. So, but like when I got out there, I got comfortable a little bit, but yeah.
It's different to feel that hype, especially all of preseason. I feel like all over the summer, like we're talking about, the whole season and the first game, but that first one is Arizona. So when we're going through those like tough morning lifts, it's always, we got to be outworking Arizona and Michigan State in all these preseason games right now. This is where you win those games. So there's a lot of hype built up, like even, weeks and months before that game takes place. So I felt a little bit of that as well. Overall, key takeaways from that first game against Arizona for you personally?
Just to be ready when the number's called. Obviously, I didn't play as much as I wanted to, but just to stay humble, keep working, knowing that my time is going to come, just doing whatever coach needs me to do.
Yeah. What about you? Watch a ton of film, after. I know you're up there with whenever they follow the metrics. You're always the guy that has watched the most film. Anything you took away, outside of what you learned in the game, watching film afterwards? What are your, what were again, anything you really learned about that first Arizona game?
Just the pace of the game. Coming from high school, like being the best player, you dictate the pace, and coming into this game is just like so fast, and like you score and they're coming back down really quick. So just staying steady. Just really the pace of the game for real.
And then, how about just what you felt after a loss like that? Obviously, so much preseason hype for our team in general. To come out in a huge game and to drop one early and drop to 1-1 is a big deal. And I remember it's a long time ago now, but coming out of high school, like a a high school loss is significantly different than a loss at the college level, especially at Duke.
Yeah.
What were your emotions, and just what did you kind of feel as the first loss at this level?
I was definitely disappointed. Duke is not supposed to lose at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I was disappointed, but, I mean, I knew that we had another big one coming up. So, I mean, all we could do is look forward to the next one and get a win like we did.
That is the positive aspect, I think, of college basketball, especially when you watch like college football. These dudes got to sit on it for like 6 days and like have a bye week. It's like 2 weeks later. Like, not only do you get the opportunity to like make up for it in the next few days, you have to like move on. There's not enough time for you to sulk in it for more than a couple hours. Like, you lost, you watch film, you learn from it, and then it's right on the next one. Like, we have a 2-day scout. We got to get ready for Michigan State.
Exactly.
How did that feel? That quick of a transition? Like, when you lose, it's a blessing in disguise to be able to say, hey, we got to move on. But win or loss, like, you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Is that something that's kind of new to you? I can't even remember what.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it helped, so we didn't really, like you said, in college football, like, one loss could knock you off the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And, when we lost here, we had a big game in Michigan State, so it's just right into the next game. We can't really worry about it. We can't really do too much, just learn from it and fix up our mistakes and go out here and dominate Michigan State.
Yeah. All right. Got the Arizona talk out of the way. Let's move into the more happy part of this podcast into Michigan State. Obviously, you have a killer game, 18 points. You're almost perfect from the field. Play 30 minutes. What was the mindset going in after Arizona? Like you said, you might not have played as much as you would have liked. You didn't really touch. I don't think you took a shot. You didn't have the ball much in your hands against Arizona. What's your mentality like going into the game against Michigan State?
Just to really be aggressive, be confident coming into this game. Look for my shot, just make the right play and do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah. And when you talk about staying aggressive, staying confident, how do you do that personally? Because one of the things I'm curious about, me and you are pretty different in the way that we're role players. Like, I've been a role player my whole career, and even out of high school, I wasn't like a highly touted recruit. Mm-hmm. You're a guy that is a starter and 35-minute-a-game player and probably 95% of college basketball programs, or at least a ton at the Power 5 level.
Yep.
How do you keep that confidence as a guy that comes to Duke and now you're off the bench these first few games? How's that mindset of yours to stay aggressive, stay confident? Is it something you feel like you've had for a long time, something you've worked on? Has it been instilled in you?
I mean, yeah, I said my dad instilled it in me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to come to Duke my whole life. Like, this is a dream come true. And I just want to take advantage of each opportunity I get, no matter if I'm coming off the bench, 6th, 7th, 8th man, or a starter. Just play my game and be aggressive every time. And also, like, I feel like I work so hard, I just let my work pay off.
Yeah. Can you talk about that more? I think after the game, Coach Shire said, one of, if not the hardest working guys we got on the team. Is that, again, something that's you've had with you for a long time? And can you just talk me through that?
Yeah, I feel like that's what got me here. Just constantly staying in the gym and letting that take care of everything on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. How about transitioning from the Arizona game into the Michigan State game? Outside of just staying aggressive, anything tangible you saw on film that you want to do differently that allowed you to come in and have the game you had?
Really just push the pace. I mean, Arizona, if you watch the game, like, they're constantly running. We score. They're getting it out fast, pushing the pace, and getting easy buckets. So I feel like that's something that we could be really good at, and something that we need to take away from them. As far as just pushing the pace and getting easy looks.
Yeah, one of the things I think that was different in the Arizona game compared to last night. We took the ball out of Tyrese's hands and put it in yours somewhat to bring the ball up the court, and that's going to be something that I think Coach Shire said after the game last night. But we have so many guys in our backcourt that can do different things. We can throw different looks at people. You can handle the ball. We have so many guys capable of different things. How do you navigate that when your number is called to be able to kind of do different things at different times in terms of being a guy that brings the ball up the court, being a guy that's counted on for scoring, maybe a guy that you guys, I feel like the 4 to 6 of you in the backcourt that are thrown in, there's so many different things that could be expected of you. How do you navigate that?
I think it's just the preparation, coming in the gym, coming in practice every day, giving it all you got. So, when you come in the game, it's just like second nature for real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just say preparation.
How about being the difference in being in a neutral gym compared to Cameron?
It felt like Cameron in there a little bit, honestly. But no, I loved it. It was a great experience. Duke Nation definitely popped out for sure.
It's a pretty crazy transition for me personally, coming from Northwestern. We didn't have quite the fan base that Duke has, so you're gonna see it in full effect when we play at MSG. That's you know what they call that?
Nah, I've no clue.
Oh, Cameron North.
Are they-
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of signs. It's pretty wild. We played at MSG last year, and it's a big deal. It does feel like
Is
a
that
home game.
home game?
Yeah,
Another home game. I can't wait. It's gonna be a big one.
it's a big deal. But yeah, I almost thought there's a different. Did you feel any difference in terms of pressure or atmosphere playing in a neutral gym versus Cameron, compared the Arizona to Michigan State game?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like I do like the home games. I feel like we get more of an advantage. They're Cameron Crazy's going crazy.
Yep.
They're always behind us. So, but I was surprised on how many Duke fans were there in Chicago. So yeah, I mean, it kind of still felt like a home game for real.
Nice. Do you feel Coach Shire talked about it after the game, but being back in Chicago, we took our team trip there this summer. You're a big fan of Chicago, right?
Big fan, love it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much for real.
Well, we caught it at the good time. Like Chicago's a little different
Yeah.
come now for the next 3-4 months, but it's still up there with the top cities. Last question for I guess Michigan State, but all three of the games we've played thus far, obviously two major ones. What what's been the biggest learning experience? What is something different about college basketball that you didn't expect maybe 3 weeks ago before we started playing games? Is there anything that's been stuck out to you that you said, wow, this isn't what I thought it was? Anything that's been different than you expected?
Anything that's been different than what I expected. Uh, nah, not really. I can't really think anything besides like the environment we play in. In high school you don't go to the United Center and play in Cameron with all these fans, but I mean the environment is probably the biggest difference.
And you enjoy it? Do you feel
I
like
love
you feed
it.
off
Yeah,
energy?
feed off. Yeah, for sure. For sure, I love the environment. Can't wait to get back in Cameron.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, let's transition to some off the court stuff. Part of the foundation the podcast was built on was trying to give fans an inside look into the personalities on the team. So, trying to get a little bit of background on you. Obviously, one of the things you bring up in the locker room, a couple of you guys bring up, UNC Reeves, is being from the hoop state.
For sure.
You claim you fully believe that North Carolina is the hoop state.
For sure. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. We got the greatest to ever do it.
That's good. I mean, all right. That's whatever. But how about just talk about upbringing in North Carolina playing basketball from the Charlotte area. Can you just talk about your high school experience and coming up in the Charlotte area again?
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte's a big part of who I am. It's a lot of great players that came out of there. C. Reeves. We got so many guards, that I grew up playing against out here and playing at the highest level. Kentucky, Auburn, Xavier, like my friends are all out here playing at the highest level. It's a pleasure, and I just love watching them play.
Seriously, you talk about Oak Hill a lot. Can you talk about what kind of effect that's had on you as a player and just as a person? Obviously, a pretty storied high school basketball program.
Yeah, Oak Hill was a big change in my life. Going from freshman in high school to moving as a sophomore on my own, not having my parents around, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it definitely helped my basketball and helped me mature as a young adult. But yeah, Oak Hill was definitely a big part. I love and thank God every minute that I actually had to experience that.
Talk about the middle of nowhere aspect. Everybody from Oak Hill seems grateful they went there, but they do seem to talk about that there's not a whole lot going on and not much to do there.
Yeah, it's literally nothing to do but hoop. That's how I mean. So I just stayed in the gym, just dreamed of this moment of me coming to Duke, and just put it into full effect.
Senior year, you transfer out to Cali to play your final year of high school basketball. What was behind that?
So my junior year, Mercy Miller transferred in from Minnesota, and me and him got really close. And we used to get up and go to the gym every morning. We just built this incredible bond. And then our coach retired, Coach Smith, um, best coach in high school basketball. Coached a lot of pros. He retired and decided to hang it up. So we just felt that we should, try something different.
Nice. Um, can you talk about, you mentioned, being in the gym at Oak Hill. I said Coach Shire said earlier about just being one of the hardest working guys on the team. Can you talk me through your work ethic from that high school level to now being in college?
Um, I honestly get my work ethic from my parents. I mean, growing up, my dad was a police officer for 30 years, and after that, like every time he would get home, he had this lawn care business, and he would get home, um, get off work and go straight there, and it's just like seeing all the sacrifices he made, taking off, and also working as hard as he did to provide for me and my family, and then also pushing me to be the best basketball player I can be is a real motivation for me. And also my mom, I come in, I wake up, she cooks me breakfast, she's on the laptop, and when I get back, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the day, she's still sitting there on her laptop. So it's just a motivation for me to, go hard and, hopefully take care of them one day.
Yeah. They've been back to make it to a number of games. I assume they're still somewhat local, correct, Charlotte?
Yeah.
So you expect to have them pretty often watching games here, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, they're up here every game. I love it.
That's great. So move back out to Cali for your senior year. I saw this on Twitter a ton at the time. I don't do a good enough job following you guys as recruits going into my 6th year, but I saw a bunch of buzz about you being snubbed from the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah.
Can you talk me through what that was like? Did that add a little bit of an edge to you? Did you feel like coming into college basketball?
Yeah, I mean,
What's
obviously,
the process like? How do you get just? Is there a committee that decides who goes there? Or is it not just like the top 20 guys?
yeah, I honestly don't know how that is. I think it's somebody who picks and chooses who they want. I mean, growing up, like being a high recruit, you obviously want to be a McDonald's All-American, this and that. But I definitely felt like hurt that I didn't make it. But there's nothing I could really do about it but work hard and prove everybody wrong. So that was basically my mindset. Like they didn't pick me, then I'm gonna show them why I should have been one.
Yeah, nice. Were the other 3 freshmen McDonald's? Was Sean was?
Yeah, Sean and Jared were.
TJ wasn't. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have no idea what the process is like. I don't know how many. I assume we have a decent amount of McDonald's All-Americans on the game.
Yeah, so it's like
Mark
24
came in last year, and Mark and Derek both complaining that they didn't get McDonald's at the event. Like that was Mark's biggest, as you can imagine, that's Mark's biggest
Mark
quarrel
loves,
with.
so Mark loves
maybe
McDonald's.
Maybe it was a blessing. You weren't even going to get free McDonald's.
Hey,
So, how about then you're the first to? I learned this rewatching the game last night. One of the commentators said you were the first to commit to the Duke class. Obviously, that's somewhat of a big deal. A lot of guys are considering who else is coming in with them. So you had the confidence up front. What made it such an easy decision for you?
Um, like I said, growing up as a kid, this has been my dream since I was very little, since I could think. Like I got pictures of me watching and standing in front of TV watching Duke play. This is my whole family loves Duke, and when I got the opportunity to do it, I'm like, why not? Like this is what I've been dreaming of my whole life, and then I started recruiting, committed, started recruiting, get Sean, TJ, and Jared.
Talk more about the freshman 4. You guys are a super close group. It seems like the vibes are always pretty incredible amongst you guys. What do you think is behind that?
We all kind of think the same. We all have the same goal in mind. We're all hard workers. We all want to make the best of our experience, and we just want to buy in and do what it takes, whatever coach needs, whatever any teammate needs. We just here to live it up for real.
It's pretty important to have, especially as freshmen. I feel like it's a big deal to have people around you and people going through it with you, because everybody hits, whether it's a freshman wall or you just learn so much in that first season. There's so many highs and lows. What's going to be really important, do you think, with this group to stay that close and be able to lean on each other through the adversity this year, ups and downs?
I mean, we always had these late night talks. When one of us is going through, we just sit there and talk it out, tell each other how we feel. So I mean, just to sit there and be there for each other is the biggest thing. Like you said, we're all going through the same thing. This is all our first time, so just soaking up and learning as much as we can to be the best we can be.
Another off the court thing is your fashion sense. It's been great to have you young guys come in, you freshmen, and care a little bit about it. Our freshman class last year was ridiculous, pulling up to games in only sweatpants and sweatsuits. Can you talk about that's obviously an off the court hobby of yours? That's something you got into recently?
I've always been into it, probably since I got in high school. But just going through Instagram, looking at different outfits, what I like, and putting my own touch to it. Yeah,
That California lifestyle
definitely influenced it for sure.
came out for you. I don't know if you know this. There's a poll at the end of the year that the players take for best dressed. I came in second last year behind Max Johns. Thought I was going to win it. But this year I'm pretty nervous about you and Jared as threats.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come out with that dub. Sure.
I don't think that I should be compared on the same playing field. Do you get as much like free clothes as Jared does?
Jared definitely kills up both of us on the free stuff.
Yeah.
Like as far as like them wanting to promote their brand and stuff. So I get some, but not as much as Jared. Jared.
I buy my own. I buy all my own clothes. So it's a different. I don't know. I think we should have two separate.
But it doesn't count.
Well, yeah, we should have best dressed for guys that have to do it all on their own and put the work in, and best dressed for guys that get sent, weekly products. Last question off the court. You talk a ton about D-Book. Is as your favorite NBA player, right?
Yeah, for sure. Not even close.
Not even close.
Come back tonight too. Everybody tune in. It's back tonight.
Can you talk? Do you try and like idolize your game off him a little bit? And how did that come about? That you just enjoy watching him play?
Yeah, I feel like I see some similarities in between our games as far as size and stuff like that. And I just try to pick little things off his game and add them to mine. I love watching him. Yeah, so top 5, if not top 3 in the NBA right now when he's healthy.
Somewhat of a hot take.
Yeah, hot take, but I'm here for it.
Couple quick hitters for you here. So first thing that comes to mind when I ask you these questions. You ready?
All right,
First one, favorite food?
chicken and waffles.
Ooh, Dames.
Yeah, Dames.
Still would love to go with you whenever you want, man. Yes.
Just let me know. I'm free whenever.
All right. Favorite movie?
Probably Rush Hour.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a really good answer. That's not.
I watched that movie, the whole series, 1, 2, and 3, like 50 times, bro.
Nice. Wow. That's great, man. That's a
Solid
good answer. Favorite off the court hobby? You're always in the gym, so I'm not expecting a great answer for this one. I feel like you're a gym rat.
Probably like video games, maybe.
Yeah. You guys play 2K the most over there when you're in the dorms?
2K, Madden. It's really Madden.
Yeah. You have a big losing record.
It gets heated, Madden. Getting better.
Okay.
I'm getting better.
We get those Snapchats from Jerem every once in a while of like a 40-0 game. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that shouldn't be your number one hobby.
Game be lagging. Wi-Fi in Wilson pretty terrible. We need to work on that.
Yeah. I'll call somebody up. I'll call an IT guy for you.
Please do.
Back on the fashion, your favorite clothing brand?
Dickies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
Dickies.
that. You wear Dickies shirts too, right?
Yeah, I got Dickies button-up shirts, pants. Love Dickies pants.
Yeah.
They had some shoes. I'd get those too.
Really? Yeah. All right. Last one, favorite all-time athlete? Is it D-Book?
D-Book. Yo, D-Book for sure. It's my dog.
All right. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's wrap this up with some trivia. I have a pretty good category today based off of last night. I think it was our interview in the locker room that you said that you grew up watching the Champions Classic. It's a game you dreamed of playing in. So I have some Champions Classic Duke trivia for you.
All right.
So we're gonna see if you were lying about that. Is this gonna be the big thing here?
I got to know stats and stuff.
Not,
Let me
not,
lock
not,
in. Let me lock in. I
not
got you.
necessarily stats, but we'll see if you're really watching those games.
I got you.
Number one, what Duke player has the record for most points ever in a single Champions Classic game? We've been playing since 2011, 2012.
RJ Barrett.
No, up there. The points were 37.
37.
Yeah, it was against Michigan State as well.
37. What year?
All right, I'll give it 2017. It's easier than you think.
37?
Yeah.
2017, 37 points. It's a lot of points. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen had 37 points?
It's big. That's
Yeah,
a big
he's
game.
tough, bro.
Starting to think you weren't.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
That's crazy. Though. He's a
Number
Duke
2,
legend.
the largest margin of victory ever in a Champions Classic is 34, set by Duke. Who was our opponent?
Kentucky,
Yep. You know the year?
2018.
Yeah, it's the RJ Barrett game.
Yep.
You were watching that?
Yeah, it was
That was
crazy.
a,
I was loving that. Every minute of that. This is showtime.
That was a crazy thing to
Went
watch.
from number 4 to number 1
That must
after
have
that
been,
game.
It was 4. I think Kentucky was 2.
Yeah.
That was with Tyler Hero and them, I think.
Yeah, Tyler Hero.
That must have been a quick. I want to say that might have been the first game of the year.
It
or
was.
Second. That's a quick.
Went from number
quick
4
switch to
4
4
to
to
number
1.
1.
Real
Quick.
quick. 118 to 84. 118 points.
That was a phenomenal game right there.
That's ridiculous. All right, 1 for 2 here. Number 3, how many wins does Duke have all time in the event? I'll give you the total. We've played 13 games total.
I'm sure like 8.
Yeah? Oof. All right, CFOS. 8 and 5. And what other team are we? Little bonus thing here. Another team has 8. Who are we tied with?
Kansas.
Yeah. All right, now. 2 for 3 then. Number 4, Coach K became college basketball's all-time wins leader in the first ever Champions Classic game when Duke got a win in MSG. Who was our opponent?
This is a championship classic? Champions Classic? Or this is against St. John's, right?
No.
He got us to 1,000 win?
No. Well, he has more than 1,000. It was a Champions Classic game, so it's either there's 3 options. 3 options from last
Yeah,
night.
okay, got you. Wait, ask the question again.
So, in the first ever Champions Classic game, so
Uh-huh.
it's 2011, 2012,
Yeah.
we're playing one of the 3 teams. So, your answer options are Kentucky, Kansas, and MSG.
Uh-huh.
One of them we played, and it was the win to get Coach K the most ever all-time wins in NCAA history.
I'm going to go Kentucky.
It was MSG. Oh, sorry. Whoa. It was
Michigan
Michigan
State. Michigan State.
Good guess, though. That's a while ago.
Yeah.
It's 2011, 2012.
I was still dreaming.
You were 7, 8?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. You're 2 for 4. Let's get you over the hump. You get 3 here. Who has the best field goal percentage by a Duke player with at least 15 points in a Champions Classic game? This one's also easier than you think.
Best field goal percentage?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
give
say
you
Zion.
I'll even give you the percentage. 87.5. I think Zion's at 85. There's a player that has a higher one, 87.5.
Just not Zion?
It's not Zion.
RJ Barrett?
No. It's more recent than you think, a little easier than you think. 80. I'll give you another hint. 87.5. That percentage, if you would put it in a fraction, could be 7 for 8.
Oh, that's me.
It's Caleb Foster
Oh, damn. That's crazy. Wait, I get the highest field goal percentage?
with at least 15 points.
Oh.
You don't have that. I mean, I was 2 for 2 last night. So somebody here in this room
That's
has
crazy.
the highest field goal percentage. 3 for 5. You know, I think
Solid.
I think people will believe that you were watching these games growing up, dreaming of being in this
sure.
game.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, CFOS.
Appreciate
Enough
you
of
having
your
me.
time. Go home, get some sleep after last night. But big game against Michigan State. We got to keep it rolling. What are you
get it.
thinking about Bucknell on Friday?
Beat him in the ground.
That's the motto. We'll end right there. That's great.